Hello and welcome to the Town of Litchfield Recreation Commission meeting. Tonight is Tuesday, September 13th, 2022. We are meeting at the Town Hall Conference Room and the time now is 7:02 p.m. We'll do a roll call of members. My name is Steve Gannon. I am the chair. Vice Chair Andy Ruggles.
Present.
Secretary Judy Brennan.
Present.
Member Peter Ames.
Present.
Member Michael Bosky.
Here.
Member Chris Burns.
Present.
Absent this evening is Mr. Jeff Town, and Steve Weber is working the polls, voting polls. We have approval minutes of meetings for August 23rd, 2022. Absent that evening was Mr. Burns, Mr. Weber, and Jeff Town. Has everyone had a chance to review the August 23rd meeting minutes?
Yes.
Yep.
Any changes, modifications, objections? Hearing none. I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes as written for August 23rd, 2022.
I'll second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
You guys with us?
Aye.
I wasn't
Oh,
here.
you were there. Opposed, abstained?
Aye.
Motion carries 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 1. All right. Second one, public input. We have one member in the audience, but he's on the agenda, so we'll get to you shortly, sir. And your daughter, and she's in her own world. So facilities and field requests. Why don't you come on up, sir, and have a seat. You are with Litchfield Recreation Basketball, looking to use Talent Hall October 31st through March 18th, Monday to Friday, 5 to 9 p.m., Saturdays, 7:30 to about 2-ish. Possibly use the building a little longer if there's time for practices or extra activity. We have a certificate of insurance on file, and you have done the background check validations. I will make a motion to approve LRBL for, actually, we didn't check the calendar, but I'm sure it's open.
There's only one conflict I know of, is that once a month, the Boy Scouts are in there on Wednesday nights.
Wednesday.
Oh, yes. So you were that?
They did that last year as well.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, I can't remember which Wednesday it was, if it's the first
I
or
think it was
last,
the
third.
yeah, we'll figure out what it is. It might be the
Yeah,
third.
we can schedule it around.
Sweet.
Okay. I think that's the only conflict, right?
That's the only one I know of.
And I know like last year I think there was a blood drive or, yeah.
Yeah.
If things come up,
Yeah.
like obviously just let us know. And,
Okay. Are you the main point of contact?
I'm the president, so, but Jeremy Berg
Okay.
is the one who would come here to that's part of his duties, so.
Coaching a baseball team with him, so I
Oh,
can text
nice.
him if I
Even
need.
better.
Yeah, this is Mr. Steve Silver, right?
Yep.
All right. So I'll make a motion to approve Litchfield Recreational Basketball League to use Talent Hall, 10/31 through 3/18, Monday through Fridays, 5 to 9, with adjustments for scouts, and then Saturdays, 7:30 till 2-ish for rec basketball.
I'll second. Oh, go ahead.
Seconded.
Any other discussion? Right. Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, abstained, motion carries 6-0-0. I will, it's on the calendar, I know already with Scouts BSA. I think it's the third Wednesday, but, I'll make sure it's on the calendar. I'll let you guys know.
Yep, that's great.
And then, the code you used last year should still work.
Okay.
Hopefully the heating system works this year as it doesn't kick out on us like it did
Otherwise,
last
we'll
year.
play hockey, so that's fine.
Yeah.
As far as I know, the water's still off too.
It is.
The water's still off?
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
So it's the second Wednesday? I just looked it up. It's the second Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since Scouts is in there tomorrow, we may want to turn the water on before,
Okay.
because they requested starting tomorrow, so.
I can swing in there in the morning.
They in there,
Make sure
like, the
everything's
whole-
on except for the
Are they in there the
spigot
whole
going
time?
outside.
Now you asked me that, now you already,
Do you know,
no, hold on.
happen to
Give
know
me
which
one
valve
sec.
that is?
You
I
can
mean, we have
tell
plenty of time to.
when you look at it.
schedule,
There's
yeah.
only one that shoots out the wall.
Okay.
It's right there.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, they said
Just zip out that door and
5:30 to
test it.
9, so,
So we'll just,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, second Wednesday of each month, 5:30 to 9. Okay, sounds good.
Great.
Thank you, sir. Try your code, make sure you can get in there. The alarm code has not changed. And like we said, the water we're gonna leave it on. The only one that should be off is the spigot.
Sounds good,
And
thanks.
if the water gets turned off, we'll show you how to turn it on. And if it's the case, just shut it off afterwards because our water bill's been skyrocketing.
It's in that red cabinet as you go into the bathroom.
Yep, all right. Cool.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Second one is for Litchfield lacrosse. Joshua Forhart looking to use Sawmill Park for fall clinics, starting Sunday 9/11, so 2 days ago, to 10/2, 9 a.m. to noon. Be in the area not being used by soccer. Do we have a COI and a background check already?
Yep, they're up to date with everything.
Rome. Okay. Like to remind him if he's watching to try to get these requests in before our meetings. 2 to 4 weeks. 4 weeks is best. Give us a little time. This is short notice, not a lot of time, but as long as it's not a conflict, and as far as you know, they're good to go, right? They're not gonna be on an area that soccer's using.
They'll be fine.
So make a motion to approve Litchfield lacrosse to use Sawmill Park for fall clinics, Sundays 9/11 to 10/2, 9 a.m. to noon.
I'll second.
Was there a motion? Was there an official motion?
Yeah,
Oh, it's okay. I didn't hear him say he was gonna make one.
yeah, I said I'd make a motion. I made the motion, seconded by who, Peter? Or
Judy?
Judy? All right, any further discussion? All right, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 No abstains or opposed, motion carries 6-0-0. New business, 2023 budget. I met with the Board of Selectmen last night to present our budget. Our budget is up about 12,500 over last year. Majorities of the money is, or the increases is water, power, and propane, as well as our trash container service has gone up, almost doubled. Got to work with Dave Mellon on that. Increase in building maintenance so that we could start doing some work to the facility and hopefully fix some of the issues we've been dealing with. And an increase in field maintenance so we could start taking care of broken sprinkler heads and that kind of stuff. There was one more I wanted to mention, but I don't know.
We're saving money, right, on the porta potties?
Very good, thank you, Judy. Yep, so there's a local gentleman who moved into town who represents a small business that does porta potties. He put together a quote for us, and it's actually a $350 savings over the current vendor that we have now. He believes he will be more responsive because he does live in town, he does have little kids that'll probably be participating in sports, and it's already a cost savings. They're based out of, I think, Drake, Mass, but I noticed the trucks in his yard a lot, so I think it's, should be a good savings for us. I mentioned that I would like to build cement pads so that we could bolt them down, and he said he'll give us a hand and try to help construct them so that they know what they should look like and how they should be mounted. The tipping fees are typically $50 to $100 every time someone knocks one over, so if we,
Do we get charged now for that? Do we get charged for that?
we do $100
Oh, okay.
every time someone knocks one
No,
over.
I thought you meant the new company was $100.
No, they're 50.
50,
50. The old company, I heard anywhere between 50 and 100. I guess it depends on when and.
The severity of the tip.
Yeah, severity of the tip.
If it's tipped on a weekend.
So that'll be a small savings on our behalf. And he went around and checked all the sites, so it'll be a 1-for-1 swap out. As well as if we have special events and we need something brought in, he said he'll be able to work with us on that pricing. So that was the biggest one. You have NHRPA, but I think that should be the, go ahead.
Question on the budget? So the total increase is around 12.5, you said? right,
Yeah.
For the bottom line increase?
Yeah.
How much of that was for the field maintenance?
So, outside of the RFP,
Okay, so how much was the
the
RFP?
RFP, I asked if we could bounce it up to about 90.
Okay, all right, then that's good. So that's, yeah, that was my concern, that did we have enough room for the RFP? I'm expecting that it might be more significant, given everything that's gone on. We thought we were low in the previous rounds anyway, so just want to make sure it's realistic, which that sounds like it would be, so.
So we did actually have a line item, 730, which was field improvement capital, and it's been set at $1 for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I asked him to bump it up to 2,500, and that'll allow us to take care of, like I was saying, the sprinkler heads or any kind of, you know,
Irrigation box
Irrigation.
get smashed or.
Yeah.
So-
One other question?
Yep.
Just on the timeline, so we're gonna get the bids back a little bit earlier this cycle than previous.
Yeah, actually,
rounds.
we're gonna go over that in 2 seconds, over the RFP. Actually, let's go over it now.
But it's about budgeting, so, cause,
Okay,
yeah, not the
yeah.
RFP itself.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll know our number by mid-October, this time. Where does that slate in the budget development process? Do we have a chance to go back and increase or decrease that budget request based on the actual, awarded bid?
We did last year, cause
Did we?
remember we had
Yeah.
a much smaller number and then they were able to kick it up.
Okay, well, that was later in the year, too.
That was way later.
Usually it's a placeholder until we have the actual bid in, and then this is years past, every time it's like replaced with the actual number.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm meeting with the budget committee next week, and just like last year, in that example, I kinda let them know, gave them a warning that we're probably gonna see a significant increase. Last year was almost, what, $20,000?
Yeah, it was crazy.
And so they kinda knew that that's a number that we can't work with. It's a, you know, an RFP.
Yep. Okay, very good, thank you.
Once I get the budget back from Karen White, so she was adjusting all the numbers last night, I'll distribute it so everybody can take a look. But all in all, it wasn't too bad. So you had NHRPA, I think you meant CIP meeting?
No, we got an email regarding the regional park and rec meeting, some sort of
Oh,
Merrimack
okay,
thing, and you had
yes. All right.
applied to it.
Yeah, so that, yep, thank you. So, that is something I signed us up for a couple of years ago, and it kind of died down during COVID. And it was just basically all the surrounding towns, recreation committees. And it sounds like the guy who runs it is in Merrimack, is trying to get it all established again. And looking, you know, to have another meeting, and I suggested that we could probably have it here at Talent, and looking for somebody to host it, or at the community room. He did send me an email tonight, and I think he said October 5th potentially. So I will, we have enough time for our next meeting. I will, check everything out, check the community room to make sure it's available. If it is, I'll say yes, and then I'll let everybody know. We'll bring it up at the next meeting.
Is that a daytime or,
Yeah, daytime. I think he said like 12:45,
okay.
the middle of the day. The other one was the CIP meeting that we discussed last week. I thought it'd be straightforward and easy, but then I got the forms and started filling them out and realized I just don't have enough time. Before that meeting started, I had, I think, 2 days. So I told him I'm not gonna attend the last meeting, I'll attend the next, and I've been filling out the forms, and it's the 4 things that we said we were gonna pursue. I'm trying to give him a lot of effort so that we have the true justification, so hopefully we'll be able to start being able to use our impact fees, et cetera. Litchfield, Litchy Fest, Chili Cook-Off. So I made the foolish motion of mentioning that we should participate in the Chili Cook-Off and maybe have a little competition between us. I know Mike is a non-Facebook kind of guy, so I sent him an email directly.
Facebook at all.
So if Mike comes, it'll be Hormel in a bowl.
No, Andy already called.
I already called Hormel.
He's already making the Hormel, so.
So you get the Market Basket brand.
Yeah.
I make a mean chili. It's all a question of whether I'm gonna have the time to do it before then or not. Maybe,
That's the
maybe not.
question.
Oh,
What day
he
is the?
makes a mean, so he lays that out there.
Is that, when is it? Is that October
October
1st?
1st.
October 1st.
October 1st. I gotta see if I have. I think I might have baseball that day, but
We won't be having it at Darrah Pond.
no.
So yeah, if you guys can find some time, I think it would be kind of cool to do.
I'm in.
You're in. Chris is in. That's a challenge. It's a real challenge. How about you, Peter?
Likely.
Likely,
Yep.
okay.
I like the
I'm
challenge.
doing it.
Awesome.
No comments.
So that's all we had for new business, old business, RFP field maintenance update. Mr. Ruggles.
Nothing really to add, except I want to get it out this week. Historically, we posted it to the Hudson Union Leader, or what, Hudson Litchfield News or whatever, but that's gone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's been like 5 years now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess, where do we have to, by law, post it?
I'll talk to Steve, but I think we were able to we no longer have to post it, and we could do direct soliciting. Because I think the Union Leader and I think Telegraph only come out on like the weekends, right?
No, they're every day, I think.
Are they every day?
But I think we did change, we changed the wording, so it's direct solicitation, it's not I don't think you have to put it out there anymore, I don't think it's required.
I mean, I do think at the very least we should put it on our,
Well, I think we should
Yeah,
should
we
put it
definitely-
out there, but I don't think we have to put it in a newspaper.
yeah.
So this way, I think you get much more exposure, tossing it on our Facebook page, put it on,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
What's Up, and, you know, the mom's page and everything else. And there's gonna be more exposure that way than there is putting it in the Union Leader or the Telegraph and.
There's also a friend of mine just messaged me that there's a few places that towns post RFPs, NHMA, and then there's NewHampshireMunicipal.org.
Yeah.
I can try to post it on those, and then she also suggested the Union Leader, and I know we carry a little bit of budget for
Yeah.
posting stuff like that. So
Yeah, we have $150.
yeah, Troy's always done this in the past. Is there a acting Troy at this point?
Karen White.
Karen's doing it. Okay. Then I'll talk to John about posting it to the to our webpage, do we do that?
We could do that. Us or him, it doesn't matter. He could do it quick and easy.
Okay.
Just send it to him.
Okay.
Cause he'll put it on the
What about the
official
cable station?
town page. The what?
The cable channels, you know how they run ads?
Do you watch them?
He watches every meeting that happens, so if we're waiting for one to come on, you can put anything up there and they advertise it.
I mean, we can certainly do that.
Stick it
I
on
don't-
YouTube.
I usually go in the other room.
I don't watch it directly, but I watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do post town happenings on that.
So we'll post it on the town page, possibly on LCTV. We'll get Oscar to do it before he leaves tonight. We will put it on the pages that you mentioned,
Yeah.
and then, so you think we should go ahead and put it on in the Union Leader and the Telegraph?
Why not?
Because last time we did it, we had 0 feedback.
Yeah, I know. No, maybe not. Let me see what free options we have first, and then
Okay,
branch out from there.
and then you're gonna try to get it out by when?
This week.
This
Or-
week?
or next week.
All right.
Yeah, in the next week or two.
All right, and it hasn't changed, except you're gonna add the little modification about,
Yeah.
part of the treatment should be including fungal.
Correct.
As
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Everybody okay with that?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Impact fees, pickleball courts, Judy.
So this will be quick, because I talked a little bit about it last meeting, but just so you know where we stand right now, I did reach out to Peter from the Pickleball Association to get information from him that I can do in the presentation of how many people there were in the Pickleball Association when they started, how many they have now. And I have aerial mapping of the Sawmill Brook area neighborhood that shows the property lines for Sawmill and the abutters, and possible places where pickleball courts could go in without impacting those property boundaries, or hitting any wetlands or anything. So, Chris and I still need to get together and talk more on looking at the costs that we have and estimating what it is. I've also looked at other towns and what they've done, and it was interesting because Conway, New Hampshire used ARPA fees for theirs.
All right.
Really?
And they saved money by having their public works department do the base work of the court. And then just getting a company to come in and put the coat on it and the lines. So I'm still checking out what other towns have done and what it's cost them and for what. And Chris is gonna help me with the cost piece, looking at estimates we already have and if there's something else out there and what it would cost for what we want, and hoping to find maybe some way in town where we could, use someone to make it a little bit cheaper. But we meet all the criteria, and my thought was maybe by the next meeting, if you and I can get together, even just half an hour, we could do the full presentation for you, no more than 5 or 6 minutes, and then see if you guys have questions we haven't answered in there and kind of tweak that before we go to the planning board and then the board of selectmen.
All right, so in the recreation impact funds,
122,000, I think we said at the last
122,
meeting.
116, yep. So if I get that pickleball request, well, we're calling it, expansion and whatever of Sawmill Brook, and that kind of, having that in the CIP makes it a lot easier to use impact funds, they kind of match up that way.
Yeah, we talked about using that wording, the same wording.
Yep.
Last week when we talked, because I think we talked about an amount of money, but it was kind of general for expansion and something else, but we were gonna use the same words
Yeah, I
in
remember.
our CIP that are used in the impact fees.
Yep.
So the wording aligns, so there's no question there.
Okay,
But I
awesome.
don't see a reason why this could even be voted down. The population has grown enough that, now we're way under racket court space that
Yeah.
what's recommended, so. It'll be something for older population.
And it sounds like the gentleman that originally wrote the impact fee funds structure, has retired. So now, Jay Manzarek, who is on National Region Planning Committee,
Commission.
is taking it over. I think Kim Quinnan is working with him directly, so I'll talk to Kim as well to try to get some information to Jay to see make sure it all aligns.
Yep.
But to me, it should align. If we have it in the CIP, if we're doing improvements to expansion and
Yeah, and
improvements.
I have the growth in numbers.
Yep,
And I
it
have
should
their
work.
initial recommendations of what we should have for court space. And we have the population that shows we have more people over the age of 50 than under 18 in town, so
That doesn't seem to matter.
we need to put some money into some adult stuff too, so.
All right, thank you, Judy. Bylaw changes, Peter and myself, we're going to modify a couple lines in the bylaw. We'll bring a formal proposal next week. Initially, the things we talked about is, basically, when you look at our bylaws, we have 1 through 4 that says the priorities and who can do it. We're gonna add a 5 and 6, actually, we'll add a 6 and 7, so we have 1 through 5. 6 would specifically say for-profit groups and organizations that have ties to Litchfield, and then for-profit groups and organizations that do not have direct ties to Litchfield. And then, as far as fees and structures goes, we'll put in the verbiage, like the request will be considered on a first-come, first-served basis with fees assessed as commission, et cetera. So we're gonna take the bylaws, kind of rewrite them, and then at the next meeting, right?
Yeah, so meeting 2 weeks from now, we'll come in with the formal proposal to put it on the table.
Yep.
And put it in the record, and then vote on it
2 weeks.
2 weeks after that, so we're a month out from voting on the changes.
Okay.
Peter, were you able to get any numbers from, high school and what they charge?
I have not yet, so, no.
I'm just curious.
And then, so once we vote it, and then, what is it, we have to vote and then announce it, I think once or twice, and then it becomes official. But we'll get all those details worked out and bring something before the commission next meeting. And under other, so that's all I have for old business. Other, Jeff Town has been working on a new facility and field request form. He actually sent it to me this evening. Looks pretty good. It's word-based. I'm gonna still dig into it, and we'll have him present it the next time he's at the meeting. And I think this is also gonna be able to be printed and submitted or clicked and filled out online. Next meeting is September 27th. Who is on, do you know who's on email correspondence, Mr. Andy?
I am, next, yeah, I'm this month.
Are you?
Yes.
It is in September.
I can look, but. Please hold.
No worries. I will say Friday, we're gonna be in Bush Bud Plant. We're gonna be down at John Bryan River Access. That's this Friday to do the cleanup. It's looking like there's gonna be 20 people on kayaks. I have reached out to Wilson's Farm to be able to put my utility trailer down at the end of their property so we can collect the trash.
Thank you.
Yep, Peter is September, Steve Weber is October, November is Judy, and Jeff is December.
November, Judy, Jeff in December
Yep, and then it goes back to Steve Gannon.
for 2023, right?
Yep.
All of 2023?
All of 2023.
All right, that's all we had on the agenda. Is there anything else anybody would like to bring up and discuss?
The CCTV systems have been ordered. I'm just
Okay.
waiting on delivery for those. As soon as they come in, I'll take them and start installing them.
All right, let me know when you do it, I'll give you a hand.
Okay.
I did talk to the planning board about, the marquees.
Yes.
Because we're a town commission, but there's really, their recommendation is try to, I guess we could even have lighted ones as long as they comply, but
Yeah.
as long as we kind of, before we do anything, they
It's a lot of
recommend.
work to get the electrical out there, I think.
Yeah, on some
But-
places maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, that, maybe the scouts can help volunteer or something, or
Yeah, that would be a good one.
get that built up.
Anything else? All right, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
Have a second, please.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0-0. Thank you and have a good night.